In the empire of commerce, even a crustless sandwich becomes a throne where power, perception, and profit wage silent war beneath the sweetness of peanut butter and jelly. Because in every bite lies the strategy of domination disguised as nostalgia, and in every lawsuit, the pulse of a prince defending his legacy against an intruder cloaked in virtue. The conflict between J.M. Smucker and Trader Joe's is not about sandwiches, it is about sovereignty, about who rules the table of convenience and who dictates the ritual of childhood simplicity in the frozen aisles of modern indulgence. When Smucker sues, it is not merely defending a product. It is defending a dynasty, a concept, an emotion wrapped in the illusion of innocence. For decades, Uncrustables have reigned as the symbol of industrial precision married to the sweetness of memory, a calculated empire that sells the comfort of childhood to the hurried heart of adulthood. But Trader Joe's, the cunning republic of curiosity and charm, dares to replicate this empire's crown, crafting a frozen PB&J that mirrors its form, flavor, and function, whispering rebellion through the language of imitation. Machiavelli would recognize this play immediately not as theft, but as strategy, a rival principality testing the will of a complacent prince. For what greater power exists than the ability to copy an empire's symbol and convince the people it was their idea all along? Trader Joe's, beloved by its subjects for its humility and imagination, moves like a fox among the lions, never declaring conquest. Only choice. In the eyes of the consumer, they do not steal, they innovate. They offer the same pleasure with new packaging, the same nostalgia with new philosophy. Smucker, on the other hand, must play the part of the stern monarch, wielding the law as his sword to protect his kingdom from erosion. Yet in doing so, he risks appearing as the tyrant who fights the people's affection, for modern audiences love the rebel who breaks the monopoly of power. Here lies the Machiavellian paradox. The one who defends his right to rule may appear cruel, while the one who steals the crown may appear virtuous. But Machiavelli would counsel Smucker not to shrink from necessity, for fear is a stronger guardian of legacy than love. The lawsuit is a performance, a warning to every ambitious trader who imagines the empire can be copied without consequence. The message is clear. The prince does not yield his symbol, not even a crustless one, for to lose control of form is to lose command of faith. In a marketplace that worships familiarity, the brand is not merely a name, it is a flag, and its surrender invites an army of imitators. Thus, Smucker's act of aggression is not pettiness but prudence. He knows that a single rival's success could unravel decades of psychological dominion. A consumer who believes Trader Joe is PB&J is equal to an Uncrustable becomes a citizen who no longer recognizes the authority of the crown. Yet Machiavelli would also praise Trader Joe's for its art of persuasion, its ability to play the lamb while plotting like the wolf. It has learned that modern power lies not in invention but in adaptation, the subtle art of reimagining another's empire without appearing treasonous. Its strength is not in its lawyers but in its loyal subjects, the customers who will defend its products as extensions of their own taste and identity. For in a democracy of consumption, the people's affection can dethrone a king faster than any judge. And thus, this lawsuit becomes not a legal dispute, but a moral drama staged before an audience that decides daily with their wallets who deserves to rule. Machiavelli would find beauty in this irony, that a conflict over sandwiches reveals the entire anatomy of modern politics. Power hides in trademarks, emotion disguises itself as marketing, and loyalty is purchased in freezer aisles. The same principles that govern Florence now govern corporate America, where princes fight not for land, but for the illusion of originality. Each brand must pretend to serve the people while secretly binding them through ritual and repetition. The peanut butter and jelly, once symbols of simplicity, are now tools of empire, reminding us that no pleasure is ever innocent once profit touches it. Smucker fights to preserve its mythology. Trader Joe's fights to rewrite it. Between them stands the consumer, believing they are free, while every choice is already orchestrated by the unseen strategies of power. And so, in the frozen aisle, Machiavelli's ghost smiles, for he sees that even the most wholesome creation can become an instrument of control. The Uncrustable is no longer just food, it is ideology, and Trader Joe's rebellion is no longer just competition, it is philosophy. Power, in its purest form, does not need armies or thrones. It only needs hunger. And those who learn to feed that hunger not just with taste, but with the illusion of freedom, become the true princes of the modern age.